So it's my personal opinion that YouTube Premium is the absolute best deal that you're going to find in terms of monthly entertainment subscriptions or streaming subscriptions. And it's the only monthly subscription that I paid for, you know, in terms of entertainment at least. And there's a number of reasons why this is. First of all, it's $13.99 per month, which isn't a whole lot. To have that as my one-stop source for most of the entertainment I consume. And I'm not a binge watcher, and I listen to a lot of music, but I'm not somebody that tends to watch entire series of shows or will sit there and watch movies all night. Like, I watch a limited number of things. So for me, it makes sense, and I'll explain why. First of all, like I said, I listen to a ton of music, and with the $13.99 per month for YouTube Premium, you get the YouTube Music Library, which is basically YouTube's version of Spotify or Apple Music, and it works really well for me. Like I said, I for a living, I'm driving. I'm out on the road all the time. I do a lot of driving for work, and what they have is they have mixes that they make for you that are aligned with your tastes. And I think they do a really good job. I think their algorithm does a really good job of finding new stuff that you might like, or digging into the past and finding stuff that you've already liked but maybe haven't heard for a while, because they can tell that, oh, well, this guy likes REM. He probably is also going to want to hear, I don't know, Nirvana or something. Um, they do a really good job of digging into the past and matching you up with things you like. But the discovery aspect is even better. Like, for example, I've always been a passive fan of Dire Straits, and I decided at some point I was going to start paying more attention and listening more closely to Dire Straits music, and then started getting into the Mark Knopfler solo stuff, and then from that they started feeding me John Illsley, the bass player, I believe, of Dire Straits, his solo stuff, and on and on and on. And when you continue to like this music, they'll find more stuff that's aligned with that. But they also then will feed you stuff that, oh, well, if you're into this, you might also be kind of into this. So I started hearing J.J. Cale. And I've always liked J.J. Cale. Just, it's been a long time since I really listened to him, but it was like refreshing to start hearing that stuff pop up. And they give you like 6 or 7 My Mixes, and they give you a super mix of everything. But then the My Mixes are all, catered towards one interest or another, but there will be overlap. So, for example, I have one of them that's like stuff like REM, Nirvana, Sonic Youth. But occasionally, while I'm listening to that one, they'll throw in some Tom Petty. But the Tom Petty stuff is also is also thrown in the mix of the Dire Straits stuff, because there's crossover. You see, and it does really well, kind of like just feeding you different things. I have one channel that's specifically just like chill wave, synth wave, mellow electronic stuff that's really good when I'm driving in like serious traffic and it's like kind of stressful. That chills me out, but it also keeps me focused on the road. So it does really good, just finding stuff for you that you're going to be into that's similar to what you've already enjoyed. But then also with the YouTube video channel itself, the big benefit there is going to be you don't get the stupid commercials anymore. And you might say, well, it's not a big deal. I fast forward through those commercials or I skip over them. When I'm at my parents' house and we're watching YouTube, I find it extremely annoying that you constantly have to skip over the commercials, or that you're constantly seeing the same commercial and maybe you're not skipping over it real quick. It's just irritating to me. And for me, $13.99 per month to pay to get rid of those is already worth it. But also, they do give you some free movies. And yeah, it's not going to be like, they don't pay for new content the way that Netflix or Amazon Prime or Hulu do. There's not going to be new shows from, actors and directors that you might already like. But you're going to get some classics. You're going to get some movies that maybe you haven't seen in 20, 30 years. The other day I started, and I didn't finish it, but I started watching Once Upon a Time in the West. Great Western film by Sergio Leone. And really just enjoyed it. I didn't watch the whole thing because I've seen it numerous times, but it's been at least 10 years since I've sat and watched it, and all the scenes were recognizable. And it's one of those movies where even if you do watch just like 40 minutes, you're going to get a lot out of that because every scene is just well articulated and just fun to watch. So YouTube has a bunch of these similar movies. I can't remember off the top of my head other ones I've seen on there, but there's plenty of free movies. And then, of course, you don't get the ads for all the YouTube videos and the music. So for $13.99 per month, it's absolutely going to be the best, in my opinion, the best monthly subscription entertainment option. And I mean, $13.99 per month is just simply not a lot in terms of all the things you get, in my personal opinion.